So the third map is going to be apparently Merit. So I have to be guessing that's gonna be Rapl's home map. Considering that he is Zeus main. Yeah, well, this is a fairly popular one for Greek mains. And apparently that means that therefore Shelty didn't ban it, which is a bit surprising me because he usually likes to do that in tournaments. So, yep, apparently not that much of a case here. And no, maybe he therefore banned all kinds of other obscure maps because there are different maps in here, like Vinland Saga, Jotunheim, for example, you have there. So I'm not sure what he could have actually banned for the match, but nonetheless, he's gonna be playing right now Poseidon, which is a fairly legit choice because Poseidon is effectively even stronger than Zeus, and he's considered really top level on vanilla. No, he's top level even than Titans, of course. So why not? And bit of a further away wood line, not two great ones here actually. It's gonna be having some small one here to the left, it seems like. That's probably not going to be only stragglers. He actually effectively could have been going for one storehouse, looking at the gold. Could be enough for both the wood and the gold, so could have been having a bit more actually effective start at the very beginning of the game. He didn't opt to do so. No, and it seems like it also the water is gonna be a bit funny. Oh man, seriously, this is gonna be his spawn. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, this is also what the people that want original maps apparently want. Having this kind of spawn of Merit. Yeah, well, absolutely nothing in the middle as far as the fish. Just gonna be maybe hoping there's something there in the very midst of the map. But well, at any rate, that's not gonna be happening. Shelty, not entirely great woodline, not entirely great fishies. Whereas for the opponent, look at actually what kind of luck Rapl is having with his own fish right next to the dock. Yeah, he should be advancing a bit faster. That's gonna maybe shape it like that. You can see right now another here. He's having a very good spawn. Shelty is on the receiving end at this point of the Mediterranean Classic. This can be of course starting on right now the piece, waiting for the new villager immediately. Whereas well on the left, it's gonna be important to also see how the posse is gonna be played. Because at this point with how he's screwed and the advance is gonna be there for later, there's a risk he might not be having enough time to cast some appropriate pestilence. Probably that's gonna be what he should be going for. And yeah, Rapl might be having some boats out already, and at that point with no shooting docks, no, yeah, it's basically all about the advance time. Which kind of leads me to believe that Shelty therefore could have maybe even asked for a rare when he saw there are no fish in the vicinity. Thinking he might have actually had enough time for that. It's 90 seconds here. So possibly there would have been time for it. Dwarven calipers for cheaper siege weapons, and the next relic is going to be for Harmonia's necklace for gold gathering rate. Might be a bit nice, but legitimately not thinking it's gonna be too much deciding here, as there is in water range in my opinion, this DC. So that's gonna be only one here in the game, so potentially some problem for Rapl if we get into the later stages. No, but frankly at this point it's gonna be important to see what kind of difference we will be having in the advanced. So let's maybe wait for Rapl when he's gonna be clicking in, because I really doubt that Shelty is gonna be faster than him. 3 more villages. At this point, how is Shelty off? Oh, baby. Oh, well, I'll be completely wrong. Look at that. Of course, right now the hunt helping him, apparently, as opposed to the piggies. So that's also another reason why Poseidon is the good god. Because he simply is gonna be having enough food. No matter if it's gonna be pigs, or if it's gonna be wild boars, some aurochs. Making his advance even easier. Even through the massively horrifying and bad fish that he had, he is still going to be first, which is nice to see, and therefore it also means that he should be having a good chance for casting a decent pestilence. But where are we scouting, boy? Where are we scouting? Is he gonna be using Hippocampus for that? Yeah, probably so. Probably so, with Rapl right now being through Athena into halfway. Yes, of course, we can see no preparation by Rapl as far as preventing pestilence, but this dog is gonna be probably saving him, because I guess that's not something that Shelty will be expecting. You can see Shelty sees that. He's gonna be second, but he's not gonna be expecting the third one. Yeah, exactly. He's gonna be casting it here, instead of, for example, to the top and blocking even that last one. At this point, he's waiting, because he needs to be waiting until the opponent is gonna be in, and then about 11-12 seconds, and then cast it, because you want to be maximizing the effect of the pestilence. As of course the boats, as always, they get made into 99% inside, and You need to be in the full 45 seconds. So let's see Rapl. And I'm making both here, and there. So let's see the time and if it's gonna be correct, Shelty. Or is some boats out? That's kinda decent. Yeah, that's correct. Well played. And in the end, he actually did scout even the top one. Look at that. Oh, no, not play fast, sorry. Just wanted to be seen in the vision at this point. Click extra. No, but we apparently didn't miss anything too much. But nonetheless, that's therefore going to be right about now the deal already in. And let's switch therefore into maybe just the overall point of view currently. This is actually going really well for Shelty. Like, seriously nicely. Maybe surprisingly so, based on how the map looked at the very beginning. But the 3 dogs against 2 dogs, that could be actually mitigating right about now the problem. Let's see how many he's gonna be having hidden. 2, 2, and 2, so it's gonna be 6. He's gonna be having effectively 9 straight into the fight. We're gonna be having from Shelty currently about 11. So, no, considering the bolt and restoration, that can still work for Rapl. That can work pretty well, I imagine. Okay, so he's basically waiting for the right moment. Obviously, Pestilence already gone. There we go, very good timing. Oh, the control of the units could have been slightly faster, but nonetheless, it's good enough. It's good enough in my opinion. No, and going back. Now, of course, this is gonna be up to restoration. The problem is that the map is really small, and therefore it's gonna be hard for actually Shelty to run away from the restoration if he actually even wants to. Yeah, right now a bit of a slower reaction, but still, yeah, at this point he's already behind on the numbers, right? About like 5, 10. No, and Rapl is, at this point let's count it appropriately. Is it like 12, I'm thinking. Shelty is going to be at 11. Rapl is at this point going to be already at 14. No, okay. And such a great time actually it looked like that Shelty was having. And suddenly it's exactly the opposite. Because of that 30C and quite nice build by Rapl. And even through Shelty actually taking all 3 dogs. So he did it absolutely the best he could. Waiting after the advanced appropriate time. There was just no better way to do it. Decent advance time for him. But yeah, well, he also suffered from the fishies, which resulted into a bit, kind of like slightly weaker early economy in my opinion than ideally. Of course, the hunt a bit helped next to his base. But yeah, well, at this point, unfortunately in vanilla, this is gonna be probably a done deal. Because no shooting dogs, so therefore nowhere to fall back to for assistance. So it's all about the numbers. And it doesn't really look like, yeah, at this point there's gonna be a chance for actually Shelty to win the water. But maybe something else could be still going on as far as the land, but losing the water at about 7.5 minutes, that's not entirely too promising. And unfortunately Shelty is, after a really excellent start, gonna have to be calling a GG, and therefore that means that Rapl will be proven to have the better build here, and therefore also getting the victory in the match 3-0 and advancing into the semifinals of the winner's bracket of AO Destroyers Vanilla Tournament. So good job. Good job, good games actually that we have seen with diverse gods from Shelty. Of course, Rapl holding his own with his Zeus. But then this was actually an interesting game, really. You can see 3 dogs, good answer to the Pestilence, even if you're gonna be perfectly blocked. Bolt, restoration, still rather decent god powers, but it's really kind of surprising how actually well it worked. But yeah, I'm gonna be at least partly giving it to the unfortunate waters, and therefore it compromised economy for Shelty at the start. If he was having fish as Rapl, or if the fish were actually opposed, then Rapl definitely wouldn't be advancing that quick because he wouldn't be having advantage of the hunt, so he will be later. And the game would be probably looking very different, maybe just the exact opposite on the same 753. Quite easily could have been. But it was an intense fight here. And as we said here, potentially also could have been going for one storehouse deer on both wood and gold. Could have been also saving himself a few resources there as well for extra fishing boat or simply something like that. But that's gonna be it for the match. Probably not too many upgrades besides maybe hand ducks, right? For the Grecos. Hand ducks, you can say it now ready with even Hippolyta. Whereas on the other side, it's gonna be already stable. Not because obviously he sees that he won the water, so he's preparing already for the land. That's only a piggy. You can see that Rapl didn't even bother with the heroes. Nope, none of them, just a full focus on water. Because frankly, on the vanilla, it's quite a bit legit in my opinion. Because on vanilla, you're gonna be seeing short games like this very often. That players commonly resign after they lose the water battle. So it's making kind of sense effectiveness-wise. Just to play full on water and yeah, hope that you're gonna be forcing your opponent into that quick resign. So I'm thinking that's... It's a bit different than in Titans. In Titans, people do have, of course, the ways to fall back to the docks to shoot. So therefore, the water battles are not commonly lost that early. And there is still more fighting going on. So therefore, there's a chance for the second DC as well, where you don't need to be going into heroic. But here you really are skewed in vanilla, because you're gonna be losing tons of water echo. Therefore, that compromises your advance into heroic, into the TC. So it's just basically one thing after the other. At this point, leading into more and more of a disaster. But okay, that's gonna be there for right now. Rapl with, of course, the military score is gonna be massively helping exactly the 400 points. Otherwise, on the economy, fairly similar. With the food slightly better for Shelty, because of still the hunt being a bit faster as well, I guess. And otherwise, overall, the economy straight better. Look at that. It's maybe a bit unexpected. 3 and 2, 5, that's 600 resources more for Shelty. I actually do wonder if maybe he could have accommodated the third dock as well. Maybe it's gonna be worthwhile to look at. Currently he's having decent wood, but he's having clicked in. Yeah, he probably could have. Maybe he could have actually had the 30C as well. Maybe he just didn't expect that the opponent is gonna be going for that build. Tough to say. No, well, at any rate, you can see, unfortunately, the unit skilled and lost ratio maybe looking a bit unfair. But that's how it ended. You can see about 19 seconds of a difference in the advance. It's quite a bit. Quite a bit. And one has to wonder if maybe he actually took that one extra will. Advanced approximately the same as Rapl. He will be able to cast the Pestilence in a similar way. He will be maybe having a better chance with the third dock there. No, well, easy to say. You can see absolutely the same number of Triremes, but the result is absolutely clear. Restoration and Bolt. Insta game changers. Powerful god powers even beyond what Shelty was managing to get there at the start. No, that was a really interesting merit, to be honest. Short one, but quite curious gameplay and resolution and progress. Okay then, so that's going to be it for the match. Congratulations to Rapl on getting into the semis of the winners bracket. Or is it actually semis? Wait a second. Yeah, that was into the semifinals of the winners bracket of El Destroyer's Vanilla Tournament for the year 2021. Also, thank you very much for hosting that for the community. And good luck to Rapl in there, but Shelty, of course, not out. He's gonna be in the losers bracket and therefore having a chance to redeem himself there, get maybe some more practice and continue forward in the games. GG. So that is therefore going to be it for the match and therefore also for the stream. So in the end we got 2 matches, so I'm kind of happy for that. We're still having, well, quite some number more that we are needing to be covering somewhere, and that's going to be appropriate time. Tomorrow we're gonna be having classic Age of Mythology community session, so some classic community games. We'll see what the evening is gonna be bringing. No, and then somewhere depends on some Age of Empires 2, either English and Czech as usual, as the tournaments of those are gonna be also continuing. And if there's gonna be somewhere some time, then again some extra session for the Reds here from the Vanilla tournament. We still do have plenty of games to cast. Somewhere when it's gonna be allowing us. Okay, so that's gonna be it for today. So thank you very much there for everybody for watching. And Windblow with Edgar TPV and Frediator for the follows. And also King Agwe for the 10 bits. Thank you very much. And thank you everyone for stopping by in the chat. It was, for example, Nolus here, Shadowfax, Gnors also for a bit, Rapl himself, Noobish Gamer, Alien Pro, and before that we were having Ron Paul here, Joji, Shadowfax Baby, Impact, and Calamity Jane with Heimdall, Wim, Sebi, and Bronze Boy, the German trio at the start. Okay, so the classics, of course, the reminder as always, visit RTS-Sanctuary, where you can also find the recorded games from the tournament or any kind of others from the history of the game. Tens of thousands of them, of any kind of player you can think of, to potentially take some inspiration for your gameplay, or strategy guides to improve there as well in that way, or plenty of mods, discussions, or anything else you might be interested in. For the mods, for example, the ones that we use for the UI, mostly the latest mods are from Ipert, like the UI originally by Ekanta, and the tooltips for information on units, which is not entirely too well seen here in the recorded games on vanilla, but on the Titans when we stream, it's well visible. That was originally Pete Xantelian, Dragon Q years back, well, years back from now, and also years after, because he was working on that somewhere like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. But currently Ipert is maintaining them for the balance patches on Wooble, no patch versions, or also for extended editions, so choose your version that you want to be using. Then of course Age of Mythology Heaven Classic for the scenarios, mods, custom campaigns, or game overhauls, scenarios with even new civilization like the Aztecs from Warrior Mario, so feel free to stop there. Or if you want to be getting into modding yourself, is the best place, the Age of Mythology Heaven, for getting the kind of like tools for extracting the graphical files, packing them back, or any kind of other things like as well. Or to find the people who are modders and therefore can be also maybe helping you out with things. Like with the UI on the original game, where you need to be having a special one for the widescreen, otherwise the base one doesn't work too well. That's something you can find on Age of Mythology Heaven in even RTS-Sanctuary. In RTS-S you also can be finding, if you are into modding, or even if not, AOT Encyclopedia by Ipert, Logi, and Hagrid, which is basically a list of all the mechanisms, how the game actually works. So if you want to be learning how everything is functioning below the hood, then feel free to see that. It's also at RTS-Sanctuary in the mods section, in the general discussion. And I'm thinking it's packed with the tooltips, but I'm thinking it might be also having its own post there somewhere. Now, well, and of course the last thing, as you're having right now the game on a Wooble. So what kind of games actually we have here? Today, for example, for the Titans, we usually have some games for vanilla as well lately. They are there. But today we're gonna be having some Zelda, for example, hosted, looking for players. You can see another one is underway already, so it seems to be for the specials for now, but often you're gonna be having some games against bots, and plenty of others like Tiny is hosted here as well by Meglan. And the classic Foodwood Gold Bloodsport are often hosted from what I remember, and potentially you can see some others, like the classic I always talk about, some Mythodias, the Dark version, or Gladiators, or with the Norse Wars. Haven't seen them for a long time, ever since Guilty kind of stopped playing, I guess. But before that we saw a lot of them, with maybe not the Dwarven Football. I'm not thinking you're gonna be ever see it, or ever gonna be able to see it. Or the others like, I don't know, Settlers, CBA, K Castleblatt, Tower Defense, RPG, and maybe even some others that I don't exactly remember. So that's gonna be the for today. Let's have a look who to potentially host, and thank you very much for watching. Thank you again for the bits, Spiking Agwe and the follows, Frediator, Windblow, and Edgar. And see you on some other stream that's going to be there for tomorrow with Age of Mythology in the evening. And then, well, somewhere on the way, there are gonna be also some other streams of Age of Empires 2, and yet again, we still do have plenty of matches from the Vanilla tournament to also do from records. Okay, so I'll be in Blackadder at Blackadder's place. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're having some good fun with the Vanilla. And, well, hopefully the commentary was also fine. You know, with a bit of a slightly funny voice today, based on the circumstances. And, well, see you later.